What's up, guys? Welcome back to another drawing tutorial. Doma from Demon Slayer. So they showed his animation design. Deadly, great looking. Those eyes look great. So I have to draw him. So it's a portrait of him just close up. It's when he comes across Daki and Gyataro on the ground and turns them into demons. And he's carrying those legs and stuff. So it's very good. It was a cool entrance. So I just wanted to draw his face. Landscape page, use a pencil eraser, hit pause if I go too fast. When I move my hand, use your pause button. Helps you out. YouTube is great like that. And sketch it with a pencil, and you can do your ink on top afterwards, right? So start with his eyes. We're along the horizontal, or maybe a little bit lower, maybe, because he's got this big hair / hat kind of thing going on. So center point of my page is about here, and I'm going to come down maybe slightly just to start his eyes. And we'll just go across. He's got quite slender eyes, so we'll just go across this way, down like this first. Slender eyes, but big eyelashes, right? So we've got to actually draw them in. So this like comes up this way, like that. And on the other side as well. Like this. And we will just color that in black. And in Demon Slayer, we can have sort of eyelash kind of lines coming out, from the edges and things. Right, and then bottom eyelid comes across here and up, and his iris and his pupil, real big, colorful eyes, right? So curving around there, just like a bracket. Imagine it's like a full circle underneath those eyelids, right? And on his bottom eyelid, we have eyelashes drawn in like this. How good is Demon Slayer? The animation, like, it's so good. It's so well designed and everything. And then in here, right, we'll draw the other eye before we do the writing. It says upper 6. So this is when he weighed upper 6. No, so he's not upper 6 anymore, is he? Anyway, doesn't matter. So his other eye here starts here. So you're about 3/4 of his eye. Demon Slayer eyes are bigger than standard human eyes, right? So this eye is too big to fit in here. So I would say tear duct to the edge of his iris will fit. That's your distance, right? Will go in between the eyes. So like, if you measure, it goes to say just the middle of fine point writing on the Sharpie there. So there, that'll bring you to where you start the next eye. So it's like 3/4 of his eye fits in between. It's just because we're out of proportion. And then this goes up and down. And we got to make him thick again, so up like so, up like so. And color it dark. And then you can just add some more of those extra eyelash lines kind of coming off that Demon Slayer does. Bottom eyelid then, same as the other side, kind of line them up and then come across up here. And we'll add those spikes coming off the bottom. Iris, big circle here, like so. And then we're going to draw in those upper moon lettering, right? Upper moon, it's upper 6 in this one. So is that like Daki's eyes with the way? So this is obviously before he was, yeah, So this is obviously when he was upper 6 and then they became upper 6. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so just coming across, we'll do a line straight across there. And you got to do it like calligraphy. So you just add these little blobs on the end. And then it goes like up underneath his eyelid. There's something that comes down here. So I'll do my best to copy this now. There's like a real squiggly line. It's like a number 3 or something. There, and then there's another sort of straight line coming across here. And then this has a line going that way. I know there's like whole art forms of Japanese calligraphy. I did a bit of it in college. So it's like you do a brush and it's interesting. You know, ink, really good ink, you grind the ink and all that kind of stuff. You have to have a really loose sort of hand and it's like meditation or something. Anyway, so that's like the eye on that side. And then it's on the other side, it's the same thing. No, slightly different. So we've got, okay, there's like a letter J type thing here. And then there's like an S type shape coming around here. Another line diagonally. Comes down there. There. And then there in the middle, and then coming across here. Here as well. Like so, right, and then his eyebrows, right? He's real big eyebrows and kind of like downturned and kind of looks real happy or something. So, spike there, and then it goes down sort of to here, okay? And then it's a couple of spikes on the end. And it comes up. And this is, a lot of this eyebrow is covered by hair, right? But we'll draw it in anyway. Just so we kind of just get in the right place. Same on the other side. Over, where's the other one? Ooh, that's hard to see. Down. We'll just go down this way. Yeah, it's behind his hair, so. So, and then we got like eyelid lines and things in here. He's got a couple of eyelid lines, like wrinkles, kind of unusual. Right, kind of like that. And then a nose line coming down here. And then his nostrils. So one here, and one here. Like so, and then hatching on his nose. Like so. So he's smiling quite heavily. So real big sort of smile, right? And it's crinkled, it's got all these bumps in it, okay? We're starting just under his eye here, right? It starts with these dots and it ends with a dot, just under the inside of his iris, right? See? Just there. And now we curve in, and then it goes down towards the center of his mouth, up, down. I always find this is kind of like a Grinch sort of mouth. And it's got a bit of a shadow just like underneath here if you want to add that. It's optional, of course. Just makes it more standouty kind of. These things on the edge. That's the kind of mouth we're dealing with. Okay, and then he's got that chin shadow that Demon Slayer characters have, just there. And then the chin itself, so he's got quite a pointy sort of chin down here. Around like so. So, proportion wise, top eyelid to his nose, see his eyelashes here to his nose, about the same as nose to chin. See, here to here is the same as here to here. Okay, and then nose to bottom lip is about the same as bottom lip to chin. So bottom lip halfway between nose and chin. So that's the proportions we're dealing with. When you get that, then you can do his jaw up that way. Same thing this way. Right, like that, and you're sort of stopping kind of like on the edge of his eyes, beside his mouth, across from his mouth. Because that's where the jaw turns, right? Turns up the side of his face. Like you wouldn't, if you kept going, you'd go off that way. But we want to go up here. See the difference? So if this went, you'd end up here. If this goes here, you'd end up here. That's the angle difference, right? This meets hair about here. And then we'll go up this side. This one goes, there's no fringe on this side, so this one goes up the whole way. Right, and we meet his hair here. So we had spikes. It's his hairline, so you can see like the whole side of his head here. Right, like so. We can see his whole ear on this side. And I forgot, actually there's blood coming down his mouth, so it's like. Because he's been chowing down. Like that. Right, we'll draw his ear in on this side anyway. And then we'll attempt his hair, which is tricky enough, his hair. So ear line like that, roughly eyebrow and nose. So the lobe lines up with the nose and the top of the ear with the eyebrows. Okay. And there's bones and ligaments on the inside of that. Easiest way, I always say, is kind of like a letter J. See? And then you can add more if you want. So, his hair. What do we do first? So he's got a lot that come down across his head, right? So he's got like these big hair spikes that come down, cover his face. Two in particular. Where to begin? We'll do this one. So, be brave. Just go for it. Starting here. And then this will come across his face, right underneath this eye, nearly to the other side of his face, like to here. So we'll go like that, and then spikes back, like so, and goes up here. And you can erase any lines you go over, of course. And then there's another one that comes across this way. Right. So come down across his ear, am I right? Down and up to there. Then we go back up. Like that. And erase again lines or color over them. And then some of his fringe comes from like underneath. So it'll go underneath here. Right, and then out this side to there, and then this comes up to there. Back like so. And then we have more hair, right? So it starts, comes up the side of his head here. This kind of goes around, right? Jumps up and around the top of his head. This way. Kind of in this kind of hill-like sort of fashion like that. And then we have a spike that comes out this way. And it spikes all out to the left-hand side now, coming down here. Like so. Down there. And then a small one there. And then a big one. Like that. And these will eventually all go behind his shoulder. Down here. So this comes out. Down in. Do-do-do. And I'll stop it here because his shoulder's somewhere here. So we'll just add his ear inside here. On that side, and then there's like another spiking sort of hairline. And then some cartilage inside his ear. Like so. And then rest of the hair spikes back here. So up, down to there. And then another spike here. Another one. These ones kind of stick up on this side. And I think I added an extra one, no matter. Comes down there, there. That way. And then he has one that comes down across his shoulder here, right? So a long one that comes out and down this way. Down here. That just comes down to a spike across his shoulder. And then this will go back up behind his neck. There. So texture lines all over his hair. So it just goes around like so. Like so, and then down here as well. And then he has this kind of ring on his head, right? And they're kind of like these blobs or something. So they like come around. We'll draw them in. They are done with color in the anime, so you don't have to draw them in. You could just color them in. You know, you don't have to do like a line, is what I'm saying. Where's the other one? Another one here. So that means there should be another one here somewhere. And then this goes around. So I think this is like another hair texture line. It's going that way. That way. There. And there's like a red circle, so it comes around just here. And it bumps over these hairlines, so you just bump them a little bit. Like so. Right, so then his neck and his shoulders, so that's pretty much his hair. If you want, in some places his hair, the edge of his hairlines are kind of thicker, you know? You can do that. Demon Slayer does that sometimes if you want. You know, this kind of thing. You know, just darker shadows. Totally optional, of course. You don't have to do it. Demon Slayer does it sometimes, and then sometimes they don't do it. So, right, so his neck comes down here, neck comes down there, and then he has a black collar on that goes underneath his chin. Underneath his chin there. And then this black collar comes out down here. Yeah, out. Down behind his hair. Here. Like so. And then we can see like neck, like a neckline just coming down here. And maybe like a collarbone or something going that way. And then he has a brown, he's got like a classical Japanese garb on, so it's, you know, kimono sort of style here. Like that, and this has some like lines on it. And then his shoulder goes out this way, spikes up, down. And on this side, there's a leg, and a leg coming out from behind this way. What an entrance from this guy. So this shoulder will go down this way as well, and like kimono line, fold line, like behind his hair. And we'll just finish like some of the hairlines just here, like some texture and things just here. Maybe like another neck muscle line. Right, and then there's like a leg. So you can draw these in or just leave it as shoulders. It's kind of up to you. So, like so, and then a leg here. And there's like a blood splatter there, but it's drawn in, it's colored in, so we're red, and I'll do the same. And then a leg like going over his shoulder here. So like a thigh, and then a knee. Down there, like the leg line that way. Okay. I'm trying to think now, is that everything? And again, like you can thicken up as much of the edge lines as you want. You know, it's not necessary to do them all. But I think that's everything. That's how to draw. Wait, one more. That's how to draw Doma from Demon Slayer. Hope it's helpful, guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.